What is up, everybody? Verse TV here today, and we're gonna talk about this completely awful take from this Sony fanboy right here. So apparently, this all got started. We had a journalist, Paul Tassi. He was doing this report about how the Halo TV show is not going great. I guess the ratings are doing not too high, or people are giving it bad reviews. People are not feeling the show. I haven't watched the show yet. I'm just gonna watch the show when it's actually pretty much done, because I think it's probably less than 10 episodes, and I'm not feeling a whole week by week thing. I probably just binge watch it when it's finally finished. But so he made this take. He gave this report that's not doing so great, and this guy had the genius idea to have this horribly bad take right here about the Halo series. So he says, hot take: Halo has never been interesting from any standpoint, and it's only appealed to musty white angsty teens. The S is and always been dog crap. And it's like, really? Really? The trademark platform, trademark game, the trademark mascot for Xbox, Halo, has been dog, as he says. It's like, I remember these guys forget at one point how Halo was a monumental event at one point, especially like the launch event. So I got a launch event from 2007 from Halo 3 midnight launch, and let's see, was it just some musty, angsty white teens, as this guy said, who was in the line for this event.
This is the Super Suck Lord out here on the corner of 44th and 5th Avenue here in New York City for the
2507.
Halo 3. I'm going to dive into this crowd here and get a little sense about what this...
Let's look who's in the audience right here.
Now, I kind of feel like a jerk because I never played any of the Halo games and I don't know anything about it.
Okay, let's gotta skip through it.
Whoa, about this phenomenon.
Let's look at the audience. Look how big the crowd is. Look how diverse the crowd is at that, too. I see a lot more than just white people here. Let's look at the background. They're not all just white, as this guy says. So it's kind of crazy just to make that statement that Halo only appears to white people and white teenagers at that. Like, the stories are monumental. And that's when he had these launch events, people definitely showed up for these launch events. It's like, I remember back when G4 TV was actually relevant and they showed like the Halo 2 or Halo 3, getting you prepped for Halo 3. When I seen that, they made me buy the Xbox 360 Halo Edition almost pretty much very soon after. I was so hyped by seeing that. Pretty much seemed like it was like footage like this, people just playing Halo, being excited for the story. Then they were playing like Legendary on they were playing like the hardest difficult and Legendary co-op. They had like a competition there too. That got me so hyped to get the Halo 3 edition, Halo 3 Xbox 360 console. So I just don't get this take right here. It's like, what? It's because the TV show is not doing great. And that's all opinion based. Some people might actually love the show. Like, some people are not gonna like it. It just is what it is. But it's just a crazy take right here. Halo has always had a wide appeal to different audiences. Like you see in the audience right there, it's more than just white people who played the game. So it's just a weird take. But then again, this is coming from a guy who worships a company who tried to have several Halo killers, as they called it, and they actually got killed before Halo, and Halo was still around while those franchises, Killzone, Resistance, are both dead. So ironic that's how that went. But let's see what people got to say about this. Then he says respectfully as well. So how you gonna say respectfully after saying some terrible comment like that? Okay. And this guy says he hard agrees with this comment right here. Let me piggyback off this. I had a horrible story, strong bullet magnets, so getting headshots was too easy, no skill, color pattern was green and purple. Horrible enemy designs, terrible level designs. All Halo games would score higher than 85 because nostalgia from part 1 to 3. Or maybe the games are just great games. Like, I don't think Sony even has anything close to Halo besides like Destiny. But like, from like story-wise, something like actually like have a like confident story that's a first-person shooter, sci-fi shooter. I don't think they have anything that's close to it. So I just don't get the hate for this franchise. I mean, maybe because it's real popular when I hate on it, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. That's Xbox as a whole, though. I don't know. I liked Halo back in the Halo 2 days because it was a pretty grounded sci-fi FPS that allowed you to have interesting sandbox interactions, but they didn't really evolve that concept that much further after that. There was some pretty monumental events in the Halo's campaign, so I don't get what they're talking about. Like, it was pretty cool events I can remember from the old Halo games, even the very new ones. It's like the game's always been pretty fun. So I don't know. I guess it's each their own opinion, but this is a terrible take. In my opinion, this take is just terrible. Halo's lore universe makes Horizon look as deep as a puddle. That's the fact. The sci-fi aspect was interesting at first, but as the games were, it was mostly about online. Even though a lot of people play story mode, it was on a decline of 3. So you're right. Not a hot take to me. The last 2 Halos I couldn't stomach. Getting the respectfully off at the end is crazy. Yeah, you say some borderline racist, pretty much racist comments. It says respectfully at the end of it. Okay. Let's see. Tell me you know nothing about Halo without telling me you know nothing about Halo. And the Halo series got books as well. Like, there's a lot of lore about the Halo series, but you know, it's just for angsty white musty teenagers, as this guy says it. Nah, man, I'm not a white teen, and me and my pals love it. The games are fire. Halo and Gears are niche franchises, and its only fans are 40-plus-year-olds that reminisce about the glory days that don't embrace modern shooters. Like Fortnite, that's what he's talking about, like modern shooter-wise. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Oh boy, he's attacking the Halo lore. I hope they remember you. Yeah, this is an awful take right there. This is not a hot take, it is just wrong. Halo revolutionized what FPS can be when it comes to storytelling, the way we play shooters on console and multiplayer gaming as a whole to this day. I think you need to put a little bit more respect on his name. Facts. This is like the first multiplayer game I played on 362, and I was just blown away by this experience. I'm pretty sure this is probably a lot of people's first multiplayer game as well too, especially console gaming wise. So yeah, it's like definitely needs to show a lot more respect to this franchise right here, this series, because it's got a lot of stuff started, especially on Xbox. So, don't tell them the truth. I ain't white. The game is trash though. Halo for white teens when the main character before the show race was never revealed. LOL. So who's the last was made for? Men who want to play women in dramas. Racism is showing in full today. Congratulations. Well, there it is. The dumbest effing thing I have read all day. Halo lore is among some of the best in gaming. Delete this. White guy here. He's asking what musty means, and he's defining it. Okay. Becoming what you swore to destroy. A racist, and for what? A console war debacle? Bruh. Yeah, just casual. It's kind of weird because Layla just letting out casual racism. But if you can imagine this, if a white guy said the reverse of this, and you said like, what was the statement again? What if the white guy said the reverse is about Black Panther? Hot take: Black Panther was never interested from any standpoint. It only appealed to musty black angsty teens. The S is and always would be dog S. You know how fast that guy would be canceled. They would be going after this job and everything, but it's kind of crazy how just leave it as that. It's kind of crazy these takes these Sony guys make right here. Let me guess, Killzone is good though. Also, yes, that is racist. Big facts. Halo has always been trash. Oh man. And his whole thing is dedicated to trash on Xbox, so you see the bias right here. But he says, big facts, Halo has always been trash. The media just needed something to give Xbox after the massacre. PlayStation always did and does to them. And always the Master Chief PFPs on Twitter that are the most ignorant and racist coincidence. LMAO, a PlayStation fan thinking they're dunking on Halo is a hot take. You lot just hate Halo because you got nothing as iconic as Halo. Kind of true. I don't think, what mascots do Sony really have besides, maybe Kratos? When they a big discussion, what mascot does Sony really have right now? That's kind of true. They don't really have any long-standing mascots at this point, but They don't have anybody as iconic as Master Chief as Halo, so that's kind of true. Now go back to your Ubisoft formula games and leave Halo alone, thanks. Okay. Sounds kind of racist. Yeah, kind of does. Respectfully, you're a racist POS. Yeah, so they're not too happy about this guy's tweets as hot takes. He just left right here. Yeah, he's looking at this guy crazy pretty much. He says, that boy is speaking facts. Like, is he really though? Like, are we really gonna say that Halo has no good story? As like, we're really saying that? Well, you had events like this. This is the event. Once again, people are lining up all over New York City for this New York City launch event. It's a full amount of people. So, are we really gonna believe this nonsense? Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna include it right here. I think this take is absolutely bonkers. It's completely crazy to make a take like this. It's like Halo has a wide appeal to different people, different backgrounds, different cultures, ethnicities, whatever. It's like the game is great. It's like who doesn't want to see a space marine fighting against aliens in some big epic way, a big epic story? Who doesn't want to see that? So I want to say I don't get it, but I think I kind of do because this is like Halo's flagship title, and they could if they could trash talk the flagship title, they could say that the rest of the games aren't as, they're gonna talk about the rest of the system as easier because you're talking about the big flagship title. But yeah, I think this take is just crazy, but definitely see your thoughts down below about this. Leave a like this video. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.